All right, today we're looking at the Ruger Security 9. I know it's a little bit of a, not a brand new release or anything like that, but still wanted to review it since I was able to get my hands on one. This is a used one, so this isn't an unboxing or anything like that, but I do believe has everything it comes with. I'll have to do some research, but I believe this is complete with the two mags. Two 15-round mags is what it comes with, but we'll get into that a little bit later. Just go ahead and show that we're clear. Nice used, dirty pistol. So this is the Ruger Security 9. It is made for compact concealment. It is a little larger than the micros, but definitely smaller than a mid to full-size gun. You can definitely conceal this. Is a good option if you like the Rugers. But let's go ahead and get into it. As I like to do, I start from the top to the bottom. Really nice slide. I do like these serrations back here, the way they're kind of curved. They are, I don't want to say they're deep, but they're deep enough. You can really get a good grip, and it racks really easy. Like, I am barely just 2 fingers, not a lot of pressure. So when you do apply some pressure, I mean, you can really rack it pretty easy. So I will say that is one good thing about them. They are some a little bit tighter for some people with any kind of hand strength, arthritis, or maybe even women shooters. These are pretty easy to rack. But I do like these serrations here. See if I can get you the depth of the groove on camera there a little bit. So they are deep enough where you can feel them. They are in the places where they need to be. I feel like, you know, kind of press check, but you do have the LCI, right? The loaded chamber indicator there that you can see. The slide is alloy steel. I think the entire gun throughout it, including the mags, is all alloy steel, so that's good. Of course, the polymer frame, but it is what do they say, glass and filled nylon, so actually not polymer, but makes, you know, it does feel like plastic, but it's basically a high performance material with that glass filled nylon. A little bit better than polymer. This one is the Texas Lone Star Cerakoted edition, so obviously the normal one would just be all black. The sights, I love these sights. These are some of my favorite factory sights with the U-notch, the little field goal post and the dot. Just, to me, really easy to obtain. I'm not a big fan of the blacked out sights. I have pretty bad vision, so I wear glasses. So this helps out tremendously. I love these sights. Really easy to see. I mean, I don't even have to try hard. You guys can see that on camera really quick. So I do like that about it. But yeah, so overall length of this gun, you see this is kind of semi-longish gun, but it is compact. It is compact enough for you to carry. But the overall length, and we'll go through all the stats, is 7.24 inches. Without the weight, without a mag, is 23.8 ounces. The width is about 1.02, I think it said, or 0.03, but just over an inch, which looks to be like the standard for EDC pistols or really small micros. They stay kind of within that 1 inch width. Height is about 5 inches, so not too bad right there. Yeah, it's a really nice pistol. The barrel inside here is, again, alloy steel, just like the slide. It is a 4-inch barrel. So a little bit longer than, say, like the 3-inch micros, the P365s. I mean, even like with the macro comp that I have, it has a built-in compensator, but that's a 3.1-inch barrel because of the comp. The XL and the SIGs are 3.7, so you get a little bit longer barrel here, 4 inches, to kind of help you with that accuracy and help with that velocity some. So let's go ahead and go down. Before we go down, it is internal hammer fired, so it's not striker fired. It is internal hammer in here. If that makes a big difference to you guys. I know some people prefer, you know, hammer down, 1911 style. Some people like striker fire. There's a fan base for everything, but this is an internal hammer, in case that is important to you. The back sights are drift. They are drift adjustable, so you can make some adjustments there. The front is a fixed sight, and coming down into the grip, this one does come with the manual safety. I'm not sure if they have an actual manual safety remove option. Here's our slide stop, our takedown pin. All you do is, it's got like a little half circle here up top, and in the bottom, of course, all you do is kind of just pull back a little bit, match up those two lines, and you would just grab your nail, which I don't have strong enough nails because it says it's toolless. You can just get a little screwdriver, pop that out, right out, or even the tip of the bullet and pull that out. Pull your trigger in and slide your slide forward. Really easy takedown. I may do that a little bit later. Here's your slide catch. It's almost flush, so I'm not a big fan of those. I like a little bit of depth in there, or at least some grippiness to it. This one's a little smoother. It does have some texture in there, but to me it's just not deep enough to really get a good grasp on it. So for me, you can definitely drop it. I'm gonna try here at full speed. Easy, right? Once you know you're used to handling weapons or guns, it's not a problem. But this one you do have to put a little bit more pressure in it, for it to drop. This is, again, a used one, so it should be pretty much broken in. It's got several hundred rounds through it, so I would have liked that to be a little bit smoother. Maybe there's some aftermarkets for it, I'm not sure, but it is a little flusher than I would like. So if you have an issue using slide stops that are kind of flush or smooth, that may be a problem for you. Otherwise, you know, of course, you can just cock it back from the slide and then let that go back in there. It does have your Picatinny rail. It's got 4 slots here, so for anything that you need to put here, your lasers or your lights or anything like that. Simple design on the mag release, no texturing or anything like that, but I didn't find it to be any kind of problem at all. It's right where it needs to be. I don't need to come off my grip or anything like that. It's very easy to use. I'm over here, so maybe a mag will be nice, but very easy, very simple design. I really doubt it's going to be ambidextrous since your controls are only on one side. So I don't think that is going to be ambidextrous. The frame, it has the texturing here, the stippling, not as aggressive as I would like. You can see it's dirty, it's used, and some scrapes. You can feel it, but it's not, when you put your hand around it, it's almost like you're putting your hand around a nice, smooth, semi-textured grip. So I would like it to be a little bit more aggressive. It is a little smoother than I'd like, but it does have it in the places you would need it, right up here up front, right where you get your dominant hand across there, and in the back here, and then your fingers would kind of hit these texturing here. Plenty of space to go ahead and get your support hand on there. So I do like that it's a thicker frame. I would probably compare this to like the macro size, a little bit thicker grip back here versus a real thin one that your fingers sometimes will come all the way across, and then you don't have enough room for your support hand. This one's pretty wide, and I have big hands, and so it's a pretty wide frame here, or grip, that you can really get a good purchase on it. I really liked it. I do wish there was something here for index and fingers here, maybe even something kind of stippled in here for your support thumb. But it's not a big deal. It's not a deal breaker, but just to let you know, in case you're looking at it and you forget to think about that. Of course, you can always do some stippling yourself, send it in, or even put some texture tape on there to kind of help out if you like that, if you like that feel. Manual safety's in a good place. You can easily flip here with your thumb. It is very solid. What do you call it? Like an actuated, or like it's an audible click. You can feel it. It's not kind of loosey-goosey. And then down, you can almost use it as a semi little gas pedal there. This sticks out further than the freaking slide stop. So you could kind of use that to balance yourself back there if you'd like to. But very audible click, very easy to use. I'm not a fan of them, but it doesn't bother me. It's not a big deal to me. I usually just keep the safeties off anyway. But yeah, so I don't think that they're interchangeable back straps. It is the way it is. At least this one didn't come with it, and looking up some of the info online, I did not see that, and I don't see how you would be able to change this. This is a part of it. So that would have been nice to do that. All right, I like a little bit deeper beaver tail to get in there. I have a bigger hand. So like here, you can see I have some empty space. I really have to kind of squish forward to get that meat of my palm in there. Whereas a deeper back strap, it would already kind of be there. The mags, they does come with 2 15-round mags. They are alloy steel as well, so that's good. They fit flush, and for guys with bigger hands, you can see I can get all my fingers around it. No pinky sliding off or anything like that. So it's a really good size gun there. And of course, the texturing kind of completes there. Has like a little dimple. It's so thin that I wouldn't say this is perfect like to grab, but because of the way the design is, the texturing and the groove is also on the bottom of the frame here. So if for some reason you needed to come up here and grab, maybe it was jammed or stuck, it does allow you a nice little spot there to just kind of get in there and pull it out. Whereas some pistols, it has a groove or a little bit thicker base pad, and you can grab the base pad. This one's too thin for that, but you just kind of start up here at the slide, and you can come in there if you have any issues. So that works pretty nice. I do like that. But two 15-round capacity mags, again, alloy steel. I do like that about that. Don't really need an extension, and I have a large hand, so I'm not going to complain if there isn't one. And for 15 rounds, there usually isn't a peaking extension unless it's just a very small gun. But again, this is a really good sized gun. So for the size, just the overall feel, it does feel really, really natural in my hand. Again, slightly larger hands. It feels great. Very, very comfortable. I'm not going to lie. Easy, there's a slide lock on the mag. Drop. Again, this is a little tight, but you know, not a deal breaker. You do have a little bit of an undercut here under the trigger. Allows you to get a better grip under there. Does have some serrations here in the front of the trigger guard. You do get the safety blade, also with the, of course, the manual safety here. You do have the trigger safety blade here up front. It's a semi-straight trigger because as soon as you see this curve, it is hinged internally for that safety blade. Of course, you see it's a one-piece, so it almost gives you the impression that it's a curved trigger. But where it angles here and the pad of your finger's gonna go, it is a straight trigger here at the end there. Let's take a look at that trigger pull. So there is a wall there. It's a very hard wall. And then you do get some mush. I won't say it's mush because it is a hard pull. But you see there, that's me applying pressure. That's not going to the wall. The wall is there, and then I'm applying pressure. So there's a little bit of uptake there when you're applying that initial pressure. I would say maybe about a 5 to 6 pound trigger. But we'll put the meter on it here in a second, just to give you guys another look. There's the actual wall. There's me applying pressure, and then it goes bang. Let's take a look at the reset. It's a pretty long reset. Still going almost all the way fully back to the beginning. This is the beginning. So it looks like it goes all the way to the beginning of it. And there's that pressure. Very long reset. So for some of you faster shooters, this may not be your best option unless you can tweak it, which I'm not too sure. This is just the review of the gun the way it comes. But overall, a nice feel for concealment. Even a truck gun or a property, your nightstand, home defense. I would say it'd be a nice option, especially if you're not able to manipulate a full-size gun. Again, this does have the easy slide to rack. That does work really, really well. So if that's an issue for you, this is a good option. All right, so we'll go ahead and take this out to the range, see how it performs, and then we'll come back and talk about accuracy and how it felt shooting, recoil, and all that goodness, and then give you guys my final thoughts. All right, we're gonna try for a couple 5-round groups with some standard 115 reloads. Test some accuracy. Let's go. Did you have slide lock? Let's go to one below. A little faster. Slide lock, 5 rounds. All right. So here's the first 5 on bullseyes at 15 feet. Try to go press it a little bit quicker. Still pretty much close there. Good shooting at 15 feet. So it's pretty accurate. that one also a little bit. Let's go down to the bottom. Slide lock. So 21 feet, still pretty good. I know I pushed this one, and then I guess aiming a little bit lower throws me off to the right. But on. Push that one. Let's bring it in. So this was 10 yards, 30 feet, which is usually where I start to go bad with my eyes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Still pretty close. Not too bad, considering I know I shoot horrible. This one, I know I definitely pushed that one. 2 up here. 4 in the bullseyes. So I would say it's pretty accurate. We're just gonna shoot some doubles in the middle of the target. And there we go. Quick 3 pair. It goes back on target fairly easy. So aiming here, got this one a little wide here, but you know, maybe about 2.5 inches apart. Other than that, the other groupings are pretty good. I think this is the one that I pushed. Other than that, these other 5 were pretty close too. So not too bad on doubles. Let's see how we do. We're gonna shoot a little higher. Let's go. Right next to each other, a little bit quicker. Let's move over to the right some. I am pretty happy with that. Bam, bam. It's a really accurate night shooting Ruger. I'm a little surprised by it. Pretty good shooting. All right, so final thoughts on this Ruger Security 9. Again, a little bit bigger than micro. Of course, smaller than full, 4-inch barrel. Really like it. You guys saw the shooting results. It was, to me, it was a lot more accurate than I thought it was going to be. Like, I thought it was going to be okay, but it was a lot more accurate than I thought it was going to be. Shot really good, I think, for self-defense or close range. I normally only shoot up to 10, sometimes 15 yards to practice kind of like personal self-defense. It's usually ideal space that usually happens. This was really good. I liked it. You guys saw the results. Drop the feedback, comments, tell me what you guys think. Let me know, and as always, appreciate y'all. And if you haven't already, just subscribe to the channel.